Welcome back, Marlene here with some more Slay the Princess, a game that needs no introduction. Let's just jump right into our third playthrough. Our third vessel, let's go.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Yep, end of the world. Let's ask some questions this time. The end of the world, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people.
Oh no.
You have to put an end to her.
Yeah, alright, but how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Sure. Do you have any evidence to back this up, narrator?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin.
Yeah.
Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
We made it this far from what? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Okay.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
Sure.
Before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end.
Oh.
There is no changing that.
That is interesting.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
This is kind of complicated. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah.
Are you a monarchist?
Maybe.
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
It's not any better.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Ouch. It's kind of rude there, narrator. Can't someone else do it?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, narrator?
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
Yes, how unfortunate.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Yeah, forget it. I'm not doing this.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Like I care. Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people.
Well, I'm definitely not evil.
Surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Alright. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Ooh, I've got a pretty wild imagination there, narrator. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning.
Yeah.
If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies.
Yeah, you kind of implied
The more
that.
you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
We'll see. I'm pretty hard to persuade.
Then each
As
and
you know,
every one
narrator.
of us is doomed.
Yeah.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
I will. Oh, and then we're off.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay. Proceed into the cabin. Ooh, I'm excited. I've been thinking about this game all weekend. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to, so...
The interior of the cabin
This video's
is
gonna be a little
almost
later than I
entirely
wanted.
bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
She's been here a
The
while.
only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade or implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We're gonna take the blade. Yes, take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Exactly. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place.
Right.
The air
Probably doing
feels
her a
heavy
favor
and
if we
damp.
slay her.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Is that what she said the first time?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
It's been a few days, so I don't remember exactly what my past playthroughs were like.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Of course. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Yes, princess. I'm on
You
my
walk
way.
down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Me? Never, princess. Nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
She seems really serious right now.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her.
You know what, Hero? I think I'll listen to you, buddy.
Don't you dare.
No, Hero has been with me this whole time, narrator, even when you disappear at the end.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to
Yeah.
her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Exactly, Hero. You're always the voice of reason. Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops
Trembling?
to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
No trembling happening here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe now we can just talk.
Yeah. Sounds nice.
Against
Hey.
your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face,
No.
unarmed.
Damn right. I do what I want.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope so, Hero.
Don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her.
Looks bored.
Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna let me forget, narrator.
So
Even if I
here
wanted
we
to.
are.
Yeah.
What an awkward start to a relationship.
Relationship? A relationship? Are you coming on to me, princess?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions.
Oh.
We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
All right then. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
She's not gonna tell us her name.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
I don't really care for that.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I'm actually agreeing with you, narrator, on this one. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Vague as always.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Yeah, I noticed that in every playthrough. How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
Wasn't asking you, narrator.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't,
Don't suggest gnawing off your hand.
well, we can always put that knife to good
Ugh.
use.
Woman,
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade.
yeah, we'll put a hold on that.
She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting.
Oh, she is, Hero.
Right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Me too. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is
She liked
that why
it.
they threw me down here?
Yeah.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
She has no idea what's going on either. I'm pretty sure she's just as clueless as we are.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Which is an interesting thing to think about considering the mirrors, right? What if we're both just equally monsters or good people in whatever we feel like doing in the moment with our narrator?
Just how long has she been down here?
I'm so excited to see the end of this game.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, they've told me next to nothing. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later,
She'll
you'll
like that.
understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, narrator.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
I do like the sound of that. Though if she leaves the cabin, the world ends. Like, that's kind of been confirmed, right? I still have a few more questions before I decide what to do.
Fine. What do you want to know?
I guess nothing. We've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Nope.
You know why you're here.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Yeah.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Good. I'm okay with that.
One way or another,
Oh,
I'm
she's getting
going to
pissed.
find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
You know, she's getting pissed when the font goes darker red.
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
All right.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, let's get you out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
I'm sorry, narrator.
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Until I get a good reason, I don't really feel comfortable killing anybody.
You're making a huge mistake.
Though, for me personally, even with a good reason, I'm not comfortable with it.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Agreed.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if they did, narrator, I'm sure you would not even tell us about it. So I think we have to get her outside 5 times, right? To please that weird hand vessel monster thing. So that's the goal. That's always the goal, at least for this playthrough. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She's so nonchalant.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
I noticed that too, narrator.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out.
True.
Anything to finally be free.
I've seen Saw.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You
Yep.
hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
I've been here before.
Is someone else here?
Let's return to the bottom of the stairs. We know we're not getting out of the door. Been there, done that.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs.
Grab the dagger.
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
I don't like easy.
Easier for whom?
Just the narrator.
Easier
For the
everyone.
narrator.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Just realized I didn't have the cursor on, sorry. Yes, they did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay, fine.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I already know what happens when I do that, and I definitely don't like it. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding
Her
chain.
fucking eyes.
You cut into her flesh.
I'm sorry.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her
Ugh,
arm through the
God.
iron gauntlet.
Worst
She didn't
moment
so
of the
much
game.
as utter a sound.
It's incredibly inhuman.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so
My eye?
composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by
She
it.
never is, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now let's get out of here.
Let's do it. Approach the locked door. This feels very much like I might be approaching another ending I've already gotten multiple times.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high.
Don't
You
take
can't
over
just
my
let her
body,
escape
narrator.
into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Here we go again.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
He can and he will.
Watch me.
Yeah. Should we just slay? Let's say warn her.
Stop that.
No.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
I don't know about that, man. Resist.
The blade. Move the
She looks
blade.
so bored.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? Mm-hmm. I can see the conflict in your eyes. Mm-hmm. I'll make this quick.
She seems way more prepared. Last time she did... Will she be efficient at killing us this time?
She steps forward and pries
Or
the
will it be the
blade from
same?
your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, you will, princess. She looks so much more mature than the first time this happened. Oh.
Then she slits your throat
Efficient.
with almost clinical ease.
Ah.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm afraid
then we
it is.
die.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was. Thank you. See you in a minute. Chapter 2, The Prisoner.
You're here to
Yep, slay the princess. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
You care so little about life
Don't
there.
forget what he did to us the last
Oh, we
time
got the
around.
skeptic again.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
So we got the skeptic again. This is probably one of my favorite voices, so I'm cool with it.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
That's fine.
And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at
I
large?
still haven't seen her be that
I told
dangerous
you
to the
about
world.
stakes of
It's
this
just
situation
us.
less than a minute ago.
Yeah, let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning. Before you
Yeah,
she will
she'll
lie.
cheat.
She will cheat.
Anything
Yes,
to-
don't
yeah.
believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Oh, this is one of my favorites in the demo.
No, I didn't. Wink.
Best voice.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Don't call my favorite voice clown. It's my favorite. Let's proceed to the cabin. Oh, wink.
The interior of the
Ooh, this
cabin
is different.
is
It's
less a cozy
a
woodland
jail.
retreat
Yeah.
and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
Let's leave the mirror alone this time. Every time I see it, I always interact with it, but it never does anything. So this time, let's just ignore
The only
it.
furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This time, I'm not going to take it. Let's just enter the basement.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
You're not going to let me, Skeptic? I'm going to defy you, even though I don't want to. You make me want to.
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical.
Yeah, because that's never happened before.
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm not taking it, Skeptic.
Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world.
Of course I wouldn't do that, narrator. That does not sound like me at all.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
I'm not taking it. Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Weird, but
Wonderful.
okay, I guess?
Exactly that. Sweeping the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Skeptic, I don't know about you anymore. You're kind of creeping me out.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on.
Yep. Let's go. Take the knife, I guess.
Door to the basement
Ooh,
creaks
more
open,
torches.
revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, I know.
Her voice, harsh but controlled,
Ooh.
carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
This princess is weird. She's giving me bad vibes.
Does she remember us?
Oh yeah, I'm sure she does.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the
What?
princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck
Oh,
clanking
look at her.
loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
I don't like this one. Look how sad this looks.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Probably.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier.
I guess we're not getting rid of this one.
Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Yeah,
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose,
I was
there would be something so obviously
curious
useless.
what that was used for. Maybe it's for us.
What an interesting development.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
She wants to talk to me? Okay. Yeah, sit with her. Yeah, sit with her.
You step
Hi.
towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
What has this princess gone through?
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Yeah, that's fine. Sit where you were told to sit. Yes, a princess.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Yeah,
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
hopefully to get you out of here. That other chain on the wall, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
Sounds like you'd like that.
Maybe it'll fit.
Okay, she looks a little bit fucking psychotic right now, right?
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I don't intend to, narrator. You don't have to worry about that. What would you have me do?
Let me borrow that knife.
Not yet. I don't know you well enough
Don't
yet.
worry, you'll get it back.
She seems kinda... I don't know. Stoic, I guess?
That's ominous.
Definitely ominous, yes.
But she seems confident.
Yeah.
Whatever it is she has planned, I think she knows what she's doing.
I think she's wanting to do herself a little restart, if you know what I'm saying, like we kind of do sometimes.
Please, she's just putting on an act to disarm you. That much should be obvious. In case you need to hear a voice of reason, it would obviously be unwise to give away your only weapon.
I might.
But if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
Well, that's true, skeptic.
So, what should we do?
Oh, I don't know yet, hero.
I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
You're a wise one, skeptic.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
True, but I'm thinking she might be intending to use it on herself.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
Yeah.
There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
Also, something I've had in mind this whole time. Let's see. Inspect the shackle. Oh, so many options. Yeah. What happened after I died last time?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in.
Oh.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them.
I believe
and now
her.
You're back.
Yeah, I definitely believe her.
Is that really all she knows?
Maybe.
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
Maybe.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I actually really trust her right now.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything.
I think so.
Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
I definitely think so.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this.
Just, you know what, narrator? It's best if you just stay quietly in the corner.
As
Let
much
us
as
figure
I would
this out.
like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
He'd like to remain in denial. He does know more than he's let on.
It's complicated things. How
Yeah,
exactly?
explain yourself.
Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
Oh?
A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
What? For the first time, I actually want to hear narrator say more. Please do let me in on this big secret.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us?
Yeah.
All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
Definitely.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even.
What?
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
Whoa.
That's pathetic.
Yeah.
I never said I wasn't.
What, narrator? Why are you winning me over all of a sudden? I never thought I'd like you, but you're kind of making me like you. Keep going.
Get it? It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
I'm wondering now if the narrator does remember previous versions of himself.
Exactly. He gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again.
Huh.
All right?
All right.
Moving on.
Yeah,
Why is
I
it
guess.
important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark?
Yeah.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much.
I mean, he's not wrong. I am thinking about so many possibilities right now.
Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
Narrator, I'll never accept that.
I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
Sure.
This time.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Hero, shush.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
During that whole conversation, I was even thinking, like, the princess is just sitting there staring at us, not talking at all. Did she not find that weird? She definitely has her own voices going on. You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife.
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
But it's around your neck, girl.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just
Maybe.
be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
Yeah. This is fucked. I should just give her the knife. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the knife. Let's inspect this shackle first.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
What'll happen?
And why is that? Do I even need to explain
Yeah, I
myself?
kinda
It's
have
a
a good
shackle,
idea.
and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what?
No.
Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will.
It probably will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Maybe her narrator has control of the shackles.
But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
I doubt it. Should we? My main goal is to get the princess outside, but I want to inspect it. But I'm pretty sure it'll trap us and we'll just get fucked and left down here. Let's inspect it. Fuck it. That's what I want to do. Let's just do it.
Against your
Where's-
better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide
Faux
her
disinterest?
curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next.
I don't want to hit the spacebar. I don't want to see what you're going to say next. Let's do it.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad.
It does.
Is it bad?
It's going to be bad.
Yes, it's bad.
Oh, I fucked up.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. Fine. As you
Oh.
hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands,
I'm
snapping
an idiot.
around your neck.
I realized I could have saved before trying it and then changed my decision, but I decided a while ago on my first playthrough, whatever happens, happens. No saves coming. We're just going to go through it. But in future playthroughs, I'll save before trying silly things like this. So we're committed to this decision, even though I already very much regret it.
And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the
What?
basement.
No, neither of us have the knife.
Excuse me?
What's going on in this basement?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
I guess. Oh my god.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit.
I guess.
And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
We could look at the positive here and just be thankful that we don't have Smitten with us right now. He would probably enjoy this.
What are we supposed to do now?
I guess we sit and wait.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
Oh, we're gonna be here a while.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Don't do stupid shit.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
I guess every now and then we should listen to the narrator.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Do continue. Oh, what should we do now?
Wait, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Oh man, it's like we're playing from the princess's perspective. Did you know that this was going to happen to me?
No.
Okay. Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
That's
I get
rude.
it. So, we're both stuck here. Yep. Wait in silence.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything.
Yeah.
This is so boring.
I'm actually having a pretty good
There
time.
must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But their time
Oops. Oh, sorry.
passes.
Oh, I was trying to click the blade.
Passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
What are we missing?
At least the world is safe.
I mean, I suppose.
It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
This is something I wish you'd explain a little bit, narrator, because it makes no sense how she could end the world in this situation.
How exactly does that work?
Yeah,
It just does.
sure.
But
Your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more. And after that, even more time passes again.
Oh, narrator's getting sassy.
Let me guess. The cabin remains the same.
Does it, though?
if time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Yeah. Yeah.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at
getting
first. A bit of
darker.
weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Are we both immortal, I guess? Hey, have you noticed the basement is changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Oh, I remember, but we should probably, make a plan or something.
Still rude.
Yeah, well, continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in
Oh,
silence, and the cabin
wall's falling
continues to
apart.
change.
Yeah.
The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah, like decades will have to be passing, centuries maybe.
She hasn't starved.
No.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
This is a weird one.
Until suddenly, there are no walls.
Oh, we're outside, we're outside!
Then,
I did it!
and
This is what I wanted. This is all I wanted.
I think he's gone.
Yeah.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us.
I mean, it was probably not that fun staying down there that long, but I guess I agree. Princess, are you
So
okay?
this is the outside
She's
world.
cold.
It's cold.
Aww. At least she's out of those shackles. What about us? I guess we just fade into nothing again. In the mirror. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
We will. Well, I will.
And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. A voice of the hero.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse
You're gonna
now.
be fine, buddy. We'll be back together in no time.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
I'm sure there is. Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, we do change each time. You've withered. Previously we had grown, so this is a bad one. This one did not go well. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. Proceed to the princess. Oh, look at her. You were asked the cabin. Approach her. Oh, she's still got the chain.
A chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Each time there seems to be more and more hands on her, too. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Always so mysterious. How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. Nor does it make me care for you any less.
Aww.
Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Honestly, no. Never. Ooh, you're torturing me and I hate it and I think I hate you. No, I don't feel that way. If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. Yeah.
It says that your heart is gentle.
Aww.
That even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
I like to think so. What do you think of this vessel I brought you, my princess?
This one is cold and cynical.
Yeah, I noticed that.
She has protected herself when others could not.
Aw.
She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Well, that's good. Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Maybe. Do you still not care what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts,
Aw,
but I have no preferences to burden you with.
well, that's nice.
Even if I did, I would never dare to tarnish our relationship by assuming myself above you.
I really like this princess. Have you figured out what you'll want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, our awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of knowing you and knowing me.
Okay. You know what? I'm ready to go back. I am ready to see the end of this game, so let's finish this vessel and get on to the next one.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
I look forward to it. Oh, jeez. Must you? Everything goes dark, and you die. Okay, well, that was our third playthrough, or vessel delivery. I don't know what you want to call it. Either way, I've heard you can get up to a chapter 4. The last two I've only got to chapter 2. So in the next one, I'm really going to try hard to keep it going as long as possible. I'm not going to do stupid shit like touch the freaking shackle we probably should not have touched, but that was an interesting ending. It was an interesting princess for sure, and like all the other playthroughs before, I've enjoyed it thoroughly. Either way, thank you so much for joining me for this playthrough, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like. If you want to see more like it, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.